Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. I don't know what is up with my lighting. It looks like the heavens have opened up. I get it. But the Eagles are 4-0. That is not the storyline, though. It's not the storyline that the Eagles are one of two teams that remain undefeated. No, it is A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown's cryptic tweet after the Eagles defeated the Bucs that said, essentially, if people don't want you, don't cause a scene, just shrug your shoulders and be on your way. And people took that and they Usain bolted with it. Oh my God, our disgruntled wide receiver, he wants out, and this is not good, and there's a beef between Jalen and AJ. And I get this a lot when I do watch-alongs for the Eagles games. I do them both on TikTok and YouTube. I will get people that are like, hey, what's up with the beef between AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts? I think people really want there to be something here, and I just don't think there's anything to it. I've never thought there's anything to it. And I think that this particular case, the A.J. Brown situation, and it's been this way for 2 years now, maybe even 3 at this point, his entire Eagles tenure, that we sit there and we're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. We're waiting for him to get disgruntled. We're waiting for him to want to leave, demand out. And I think it's because in Philadelphia, we are preconditioned to not have nice things, which is ridiculous because they just won the Super Bowl. But I think this particular case is a byproduct of the sins of the past. Because I'm 36. Okay, I grew up with Nate Brown, James Thrash, Todd Pinkston, Billy McMullen. But there was one year where they had the best wide receiver in football. They had T.O., Terrell Owens, and he came with a ton of baggage. I mean, even getting him to Philadelphia was a headache, if you remember, because initially he didn't opt out. And the 49ers traded him to the Ravens. And then the case went to an arbitrator, and then they had to orchestrate a trade with Philadelphia. But really, he probably should have been a Raven. That was a headache. But he gets to Philly. He's setting records. He had 14 touchdowns, and then he broke his ankle. But he comes back in the Super Bowl. Like, we hadn't seen a freak like this ever. My dad would be like, well, the last time we saw somebody this good was Harold Carmichael. Like, that's the gap. And then we all remember what happened in 2005. 2005 season rolls around. He's disgruntled. He's pissed off. He wants a new contract. The quarterback's not going to bat for him. And he is a headache. He's doing sit-ups in his driveway. And by the way, when he played, tremendous. He was fine. But the locker room stuff got in the way, right? Eventually the Eagles were like, dude, just go home. Go home. We'll cut you. You're not worth the headache. And since T.O., we have not seen a guy like T.O. since A.J. Brown. Yeah, we've had the Deshaun Jacksons of the world, speedsters, great. We've had the Alshon Jeffries, phenomenal. We haven't seen the physical specimen like A.J. Brown, who is like a once-in-a-generation type wide receiver on your team. You could go down as the greatest wide receiver in Eagles history. He's got that talent to do so. He is a freak. We've never seen a guy like this for multiple seasons. Because as I said, T.O. was a year and a half. But I think that fear, that lingering fear of you play the wide receiver position, it's a diva position. And the last time we saw a guy this good, he wanted out. So ipso facto, oh my God, does A.J. Brown want out? Let's just break down this logically, okay? Is A.J. Brown happy right now that he's not getting the football? No, of course not. Like, he's king cardio. He's running routes for the sake of running routes. He's not happy about that. Wide receivers want the football. Their job is twofold. It's you got to get open, and then you have to catch the football. And that's up to the quarterback. So, no, he's not thrilled, I don't think. He's averaging like 37 yards a game right now. I don't think anyone saw this coming. But let's look at some facts here. He's on a 4-0 winning football team. While he's not happy, I think you sit back and you go, I could be on the Titans still. That wouldn't be fun. So I think while he's not happy about his production, winning cures a lot of stuff. Okay? Second, and this is the most important, the beef between him and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown are best friends. Best friends. Jalen Hurts hosted A.J. Brown on his visit to Alabama. Okay, well, that means nothing. Oh, okay. So when A.J. Brown had his pro day, Jalen Hurts was throwing to him. An Alabama quarterback was throwing to an Ole Miss wide receiver at his pro day. Wild. Might have that confused. I might have that mixed. It might be A.J. Brown was the wide receiver at Jalen Hurts. That's not the point, really. The point is these two guys went to different schools. They were helping each other out on their pro day. And then comes time for A.J. Brown to get drafted. He doesn't go to the draft because he's a second-round pick. He doesn't go there. He's at home with his family. You know who's by his side? Jalen Hurts. This isn't a made-up storyline. This isn't they became really good friends after the fact. No. They had a relationship prior to being teammates. A.J. Brown has been extremely productive. Extremely productive. Am I surprised that he has not gotten the ball? Yeah, I think we're all surprised. I mean, him getting the football was a large reason of why they came back against the Rams. But I don't know if it's scheme. I don't think it's a predetermined thing with Jalen Hurts of, fuck that guy. I'm not getting him the ball. I'll throw it to anybody else. Because it's not like Devontae Smith's getting the ball a lot. No one's really getting the ball. This offense hasn't really hit their peak, not even close. They haven't clicked. They haven't put together a full game of tape where you go, that's the offense from last year. And it's week 4. I think week 3 last year they lost to the Bucs. Week 2 maybe they lost to the Bucs. Now they're 4-0. So I think people really want there to be this storyline of, oh my God, A.J. Brown. And look, it's good for clickbait. It's good for sports radio. They can talk about it. It's unprofessional. And oh my God, he shouldn't be doing that. And you're airing out dirty laundry. Blah, 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 blah. Who gives a fuck? They're 4-0. They're 4-0. A.J. Brown is signed to a contract. He's best friends with the quarterback. This to me is a whole lot of nothing, honestly. All right, now's the part of the video where I ask you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe means cool. Cool kids do it. You can like it. You can dislike it for this. This has never happened. I don't know what, because I use these lights and it just, all of a sudden, it's like this ray. Hit thumbs down for that and then comment if I'm being way, way, way too naive. But anyway, go Birds.